unified from me. On a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under? Where women go and men wonder. Can't you hear the thunder? You gotta run, you gotta take cover. 'Cause we are living in a land down under. Where women go and men wonder.
Hey everybody, it's Casper from Brisbane here. How you all doing? Sorry, I always have trouble syncing everything up when the intro runs. I use OBS and for some reason I can't seem to sync it quite right. But anyway, sorry guys, I haven't done Aussie Rules for I think 3 weeks. I think this is the third week. I think I've been very slack. Very slack. And I've been watching an awful lot of stuff. Watching other people's stuff. So, hey, I noticed Nat is in Scope. I haven't seen Nat for ages. I think Nat's in Melbourne. I was watching some of her early Scopes quite a while ago. I don't know if she still does them or whether I lost her or what, but I'm pretty sure that's the Nat that went and saw Jeff the Drunk, right? Just tell me if it is, because that was fucking hilarious. But I don't know what happened there either, but I think it was probably just to get on the Stern Show. But poor Jeff the Drunk. But that was a funny bit. If it was a bit, I'm assuming it was a bit. Anyway, yeah, I've been watching heaps of stuff, and also, you know what's really, really annoying? I'm really, really anal about things working properly and timing and sounding good and all that sort of jazz. And my fucking headphones, only one side is working on my headphones. And I think it's just the headphones. I think they just crap themselves. But it's very, very annoying but I'll get some new ones if that's the case. I run stuff through a mixer and all that sort of stuff, so I thought it was a mixer, but I think it's just the headphones. It's not a connection. I've checked all the connections. I think the headphones are just crap themselves. But anyway, I was looking forward to, well, not really looking forward to it, but I was expecting things to happen today as far as Count Country is concerned. Oh, yes. Okay, I just tested to make sure I could hear myself on the iPad. Count Country with Jeff Count. Didn't happen last week. Happened the week before on Rabbit, and I think it was pretty good. I think Jeff enjoyed himself. I think the people that like to catch up with Jeff enjoyed themselves, and runs a good room. I gave him a few little tips which he can or can't take on board. It's up to him, but I popped in there, and it was good. It went forever. I had lots of things to do. I think it's it happens on my Sunday, so usually I'm trying to catch up on Sunday with things I didn't get to do on Saturday, or just bludged and didn't do on Saturday. I'm only doing this Aussie Rules now because it's in between qualifying and race 2 at Ipswich on the V8 Supercars. So I had a spare hour, so I thought I better do my Aussie Rules, because I had a few DMs saying did I abandon doing my podcasting, just talking about Aussie stuff, and I said, no, I just haven't done it for a while. And I will say that my website is up and running at www.aussie-rules.com.au. And I do put the shows on there. I don't stream live on there, but I do put the shows up on there. And I think it has like the last 4 or 5 in the feed there. And also all my links there for YouTube, Discord, and Skype. And I would like to. I do Skype. Just checking the Discord. No, nobody in there. Most of the people that listen to my podcast is usually on like a replay. You know, they watch it on the replay, like I do with everyone, most other people's. And the main topic today, is the world of podcasts. I don't know, it just came to mind. I do want to talk about all the podcasts and shows and stuff that I catch up with during the week, and because most of the podcasts I listen to are, I think, US ones mainly. Yeah, Jimmers, Pod Trash, listen to mine, and Kleenex, yes, Fancy. Well, Fancy's another whole subject that I'll talk about in a sec. Should we do that first? So we talk about podcasting first, because that's actually the main topic of discussion, is the podcasting shows. So I was I think I've talked about this in the past, but came from watching this Kermit and Friends thing, and it was all actually connected. Natalie, for your interest, back to the Stern Show. So Benji was going out with Elisa, and then Elisa did this Kermit and Friends, and then that was on every week or something, and then it was every day, and then it went back to 3 days or something like that. And it was just like a spreecast, it's like a rabbit, like a blab or something like that. They're all same sort of platform, and that's where all the different people met, all the different characters, all different people from all around the world. And then when Elisa shut down the show and decided that she wasn't going to get rich and famous doing a Spreecast show, she went off and did her own thing and that sort of thing. And then we all sort of suddenly we all had nowhere to go. And then I think we went to Blab, and and look, everyone's not going to get along, and there was fighting, and there was mean-spirited and doxing and all sorts of shit going on. And people formed relationships there that still stand today. And at the moment, everyone, or most people, are in Rabbit, but even Rabbit's gone a bit cold. And then people branched off and then did their own sort of stuff. So the connection is there. Basically, the connection goes back. Most of it goes back to Stern. People have come along in the meantime. They've just sort of pegged on that weren't Stern fans, which and they've just found people to talk to and stuff like that. But it does stem back from the Stern connection. Now, I still listen to Howard Stern every day. I get the replays because he's on at friggin' 12, 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and you can't get the live stream here not that I know of. I have tried because I was gonna like record it all live and pay for it and that, but you can't get it that easy in Australia. You just can't get that app and all that shit. So you have to rely on people posting it at various places. So even the one place I used to get it isn't even reliable now. So it's not easy. You can sort of do it through YouTube. YouTube's difficult because people post stuff up there, and if they're not really coy with what they're doing, they end up getting shut down, and you just get fucked around, and you have to find somewhere else. It was very, very reliable on Pirate Bay for quite a long time, but even that's been taken down, and it's still up, but it's you're just looking at repositories that aren't updated that much, and it takes you. Sometimes it might be a week before someone posts the shows from the week before, and it's like you've already like heard about it through Twitter and stuff. So yeah, I was really, really like this week, for instance. I was really, really anxious to listen to the bit about JD's office, and I kept seeing it on fucking Facebook and Twitter and all that, and I'm thinking like, fuck, I love a good bit, like, because JD just fucking freaks out. But I finally got to listen to it, and I didn't think it was that good anyway. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I mean, Ronnie's stuff is much funnier, but geez, that guy takes some shit. Anyway, getting back to the podcast. So made some friends, on through those connections, and then those friends, some of those people went and did some podcasts for. Let's take Brain. We had a guy we called. Well, his name was Brian Peterson, but we called him the Brain because we already had a Brian from New Jersey or something. So they called him the Brain, and he went off and did a show with GPN, and he's a funny character, and but I wouldn't say he's your every sort of typical guy. He's very, very different, but I always got along with him, and I always thought he was pretty funny. Some stuff, I didn't really enjoy. I just zone out. But he started doing a show with this place called, this podcasting mob called Gonzo Podcast, and then they changed to GPN and tried to say that they weren't using Gonzo Shitcock's name, but obviously they were using the Gonzo thing. But anyway, that's another whole different story. Don't worry about it. I think it's a silly name for as professional as they are. I think it's a silly name, that Gonzo thing, because you just think of Gonzo, the clown, and Gonzo's all goofy sort of thing, and I don't know. I don't think it's a great name. I think they should have rebranded that, but that's just my opinion. Then they shut down after a little while. They built this huge friggin' schedule with people and all that, Mary Carey and all this mob. I don't know if everyone knows. And lots of other people, lots of people. And then they shut down, and Jeff had his, just Jeff Hansen fellow, he must have had some of his difficulties and, in real life or whatever, and he shut down for a while, and I think he moved and all that sort of stuff. So tried to spin a story that they sold the network for 6 figures, which was a complete lie, which is very disappointing. But anyway, doesn't matter. And anyway, they started back up, and so I listened to some of that stuff. I don't listen to all of it because I don't like some of the people there. Well, not people, but the shows. But I like to give everybody a chance because, like, that's just the way I am. And if I find something funny about it, I'll listen to it, right? I can't even keep up with all the podcasts. When I go through my list of things I listen to during the week, I have to actually start listening. Like, I'm listening to them while I'm working too now. Not all the time, but there's certain days where people don't bother me as much as other days. So I'll listen to these podcasts and shows or whatever, even if I have to download them and drop them on my iPhone or something like that. But some of the stuff I can get through iTunes, some of the Podtrash stuff, which is great. But most of the time I listen to on the iPad when I get home, and I feel buggered, and I'll lay down and I'll listen to something. So yeah, so I started watching GPN, and then this guy Jimmerman came on. Jimmerman, I don't know if anyone knows who that is, but he started doing a show on GPN, and it was all about Howard Stern related. Well, I think it was in the beginning, and I started watching it, and I was like, oh, geez, and it was okay. And and then they had this big falling out, which started the Podtrash wars. Not Podtrash, the podcast wars between them, and that was fucking vicious as fuck. And there's talk of like lawsuits going on and all that sort of stuff. And I don't know how much of that is true. But then the Jimin, he went off and did his own. I think he had always done his own thing, and he started doing. So I'm in his Discord. I'm watching his stuff. His stuff sometimes is fucking hilarious as shit. He's got a bunch of characters on there that are funny. He's got some really good blokes and girls on there. Kitty and Weaver and William and Travis and all that. Very, very funny. Rex, very, very funny. They love the things with the Americans. They love just fucking stirring shit up. So funny. So some of us are going over there, and Laurie's gone over there, and Jeff Count's in there, and I'm in there, and there's Mike Douchebags in there. There's a few people in there that I recognise. So, and then you got the old Podtrash. Now, if you know Gonzo Shitcock and High Pitch Eric used to do a show on Podtrash with Joey Boots, and Joey Boots was the draw card. Joey Boots was the Stern connection. Again, we're going back to the Stern connection. Did you notice that? And anyway, then when poor old Joey Boots OD'd, which was fucking... that was right on my Christmas day or something. That was just fucking horrifying. I didn't even met the bloke, but it was fucking horrifying. And then they sort of like survived there, keeping Joey Boots, legacy alive. That didn't last long before fighting and all that shit. And Gonzo left, and then High Pitch left, and High Pitch is the biggest flip-flopper. He's back and forth and this and that, and talking to people and talking to the enemy and talking to... it's very funny. Anyway, so then this GPN sprung up, and then Gonzo went there, and then but since then he's left there because he had a feeling something bad was going on, and that's what a lot of the wars were about. This Jeff was allegedly, some sort of criminal or something. But anyway, along with serial killer Jack and God knows who else behind the scenes. And I'm very disappointed. I still think some of the podcasts are good. I haven't listened to the latest serial killer Jack. My friend is a serial killer or whatever he calls it. I haven't listened to it yet, but I will. And but I think everyone deserves a chance, and I don't hold any grudges because Jeff tried to spin me that story of selling the network for 6 figures. What a load of shit. Anyway, but I Crystal's gone over there, or Crystal went over there, and then Crystal quit, and Crystal joined, and Crystal quit, and Crystal joined. Should I keep going? But that's just Crystal. I've always been fine with Crystal, but I don't know. She takes it a little bit too much to heart when I bust her balls a little bit. But I thought she saw the humor in it. I don't know whether somebody was impersonating me or something, but currently we're on the outer because she said she says I allegedly said some things that hurt her feelings, but in the Jimmer chat. But I'm not a vicious person, so I know it wasn't me that has said anything downright mean. I like to bust balls a little bit, just like Jeff Cowan and Fancy and all that do to each other. It happens in every rabbit and every fucking podcast that I listen to. People busting each other's balls. So Podtrash, so they just moved forward and did their own thing, and they haven't really developed anybody except for maybe Kleenex. Kleenex is also part of the Elisa Jordana Kerman and Friends, and it also follows through the different platforms. And this guy's got the gift of the gab. I actually like Kleenex a lot, and he's now on Podtrash, and I think I said in my last show or last podcast that I do send out my deepest sympathies for him losing his mum a few weeks ago. He had a little bit of a break, and I hope this sounds good I hope this comes out okay, because having it only in one ear makes me scared that there's something wrong with my mic or something. So hopefully I'm not wasting my hour here, but I had all these things I had to talk about. So anyway, Kleenex does a really good show, but I noticed when he did his show this week, and I listened probably a day later, that's the only time I saw it come up, he was very upset about there's no one there live, blah blah blah. And I think that he's learning that in the beginning, when you're loud and stuff like Kleenex was, you get a lot of followers. You get a lot of people in there. People were egging him on about, stirring up shit and causing trouble and all that sort of stuff. And then after a while, people just sort of go away, or they get sick of your style or whatever. But Kleenex, if you want to do a podcast, just keep doing it, bro. Just do it. I don't care who comes on Skype or who comes up on Scope or whatever. Most of my people that listen to my stuff will just watch it in the replay when they're good and ready. So you have to record it. I just do it live for the fuck it. Do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I just do it live. I don't have to do it live. Hey, RDV, nice to see you. So I still see what's a Kleenex? Oh, Kleenex. You know Kleenex. Come on. You know Kleenex. Chris Dick. That guy with the Santa Claus looking beard. The guy that calls Elisa or Jordan all those hassles back in the day. You know Kleenex. Anyway, you must be listening. Come on. You must be still like a closet pod trash listener there sometimes, bro. He's on there. You can just download his show. He's actually quite funny. The funniest thing was when Jay Dummy did a fucking impersonation of Kleenex. Fuck, that shit I listened to like 20 times. It was fucking hilarious. It was so good. So good. But Kleenex has been a little bit reserved lately because he's had his heart beaten around with losing his mum. So, he'll get back to his normal self in time. All that's really needed is someone to go in there and piss him off, and he'll go off his handle. I like Kleenex because and Kleenex was like questioning me there for a while there, and I just said, you know what, Kleenex, I've always enjoyed you. I always thought you're entertaining, and even though sometimes you do go off the handle, I brought him something off his Amazon wish list, which I had trouble doing at first, but I did. And I think I fucking surprised the shit out of him that I did it. It was cost me quite a lot too. So I brought him some. I didn't want to buy him some bullshit off his Amazon wish list. So I asked him, I said, what do you really want off there? What could you use right now? Even for your podcasting or something. And he said, I want this fucking Bluetooth speaker. I said, okay, link me and whatever, and I think he sent a picture of something. So I jumped on his Amazon wish list and grabbed it. Hey, RDV, can you do me a favor? Can you, are you still there? Yeah, I think he's still there. Can you tell me if I'm coming through okay? I was saying early on that I only have sound in one side of my headphones now, coming out of the mixer, and I think it's just the headphones. I think they're fucked. If it sounds okay, it's fine. It's just really awkward because it's only on one ear. Just not used to it, and I'm really anal about these things. So, anyway, let me know in the chat, will you, that it sounds okay. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to so I covered the Jimin, so he's doing his own thing now. He's got his own Discord. He's doing shows. He's doing it. He was doing it every night, right? He was doing it for like 3-4. This is what I want to get onto now: monetization. So he's monetized, and he's a full-time. He considers himself a full-time YouTuber, which I didn't even know that was a profession. Is that a profession? HDV, full-time YouTuber. How do I get that? Stereo sweet, no problems. Okay, thanks. So he's doing these shows every night, and I think RDV knows about him, and he's doing them for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, right? But the problem is he's got a fucking great little great little community in the Discord and all that sort of stuff, right? But the problem is 200 views. You can't eat lunch on 200 views if you're a full-time YouTuber. So he realizes this, and he's quite a very clever man, and he's tech. By the way, his tech is fucking perfect. If I want any advice, I will ask Jimus, because that guy, his tech is fucking flawless, absolutely flawless. Even when he was doing his show on GPN, his show was fucking spot on while the others were fucking shit. I don't know how he did it, but anyway. Anyway, monetization is hard. Everyone knows. I think I've had this conversation with RDV. Monetization is where you have to have so many viewing hours or view time or something, and now have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, right? At the time when it was coming out, I was telling this young bloke at work about monetization, and he comes back to me the next day as it goes, "Oh, do you know they're changing the rules? You won't be able to get monetization anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, this guy's an up and coming engineer, mate. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong." So I jumped on, did a little bit of Googling, found out that they were changing the rules, and according to the new rules, I wasn't going to meet the minimum. So I worked hard, got my subscribers over 1,000. I think it's 1. I think I'm on 1.1. And then I just sort of sat back and I kept doing the same thing, posting some things I think that were trending and that were very popular. And I think my Artie Lang thing that I did ended up getting like 150,000 views or something, just that one clip, and that one was fucking fantastic. Anyway, so I thought to myself, you know what, I just do this for fun. I don't make anything out of it other than just expressing yourself on the microphone, which is what a lot of people just like to do. And I didn't lose my monetization. It stayed. In fact, I'm still making money. I'm making about $120 every 2 months or something for doing like very little. So, when I say that, I do have to try to find stuff that I think will be a hit, which is not easy. So, but with Jimmers, he's gone through a lot of hell with fucking YouTube. He was doing a lot of Howard Stern stuff, right? Now, we all know when you put Howard Stern stuff up, which is the reason why I don't, is that they will get you pretty soon. You won't survive more than a few months before they'll pick it up somehow, and they'll strike you and all that. You get your main channel taken down, you're gone. So, even if you did it on another channel, they'll eventually get you. And the thing is, though, I support Jimmerman here. He was doing, if you use Howard Stern, say, clips, right, as long as you provide commentary on them while they're playing, apparently that's allowed, right? So that's what Jimmerman used to do. But he still got fucked over and had strikes put against him. So it's just, I think with the release of this Series 360 app or something, I think they're trying to save all their stuff for when Howard retires, because I think that's going to go on for years, just replaying all his stuff, which will go on for years, just fucking replaying. I've got heaps of stuff saved, can't use it, so don't want to take the chance. So I just, even some of my stuff that I put on there from Artie Lang has since been reviewed and put into YouTube Red or whatever. Well, that's fine, I don't care, whatever. I'm not really doing it to make money. I just thought it was interesting that I could make money. But anyway, getting back to how do you become a full-time fucking YouTuber? You got to be doing shit on film all day, every day, and how do you get it out there and make money? I don't know. Sounds difficult, but anyway, but at the end of the day, Jimin and Podtrash, Fancy Dogwing, SoundClouds, my little Podscope, it's all just fucking a spec. It doesn't mean anything. It's just what individuals like to do, expressing yourself. Like people that think like they're gonna have, they're gonna get these thousands of viewers and make all this money. They're just kidding themselves. Absolutely just kidding themselves. Anyway, like I said, I haven't done. We'll get off that one. I want to play a couple clips, right? So I did a podcast 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, where I talked about the mental health issues and stuff. There was like a hidden meaning there for some people, but I think it went over their head. But I did play a clip where this guy rang into John Law's show, and I don't. Hey, RDV, do you listen to John Law's? This fucking 70-year-old that's still broadcasting out of Sydney on 2SM, I think it is. He has this guy this hater that rings up. His name's Norman, and he hates him. Like, Norman hates Lawsy. So I'm going to play this clip. And he rang in during the week. So here we go. Let's play this. I think it was this one.
Our telephone number, if you'd like to give us a call, now is the time. Oh, look who we've got here. Norman, I've been worried sick about you.
Oh, I bet you have. I've just come on to raise the IQ of your audience. Because you must have the audience of the lowest IQ ever.
Norman, how do you know about the IQ of my audience?
You just have to listen to your bloody program.
Which you do.
Up yesterday, I raise your IQ 100% when I come on. Listen to me. Your dad, these bloody idiots you let come and talk for 10, 15 minutes because you've got nobody else to ring up. That's why you let all these dickheads on, isn't it? When I was listening to you, I heard Ian McRae doing the traffic. Oh, hasn't the mighty fallen? You must have worked with him on 2SM. He must have did the breakfast before you started at 9 sometimes. I want to see you. I want to see, this is John Laws doing the traffic for 2SM. That's what you'll do, won't you? Because you don't know when to retire. They'll kick you out and you'll go scrounging around for a job. Oh, can I do the traffic? Can I do the traffic on somebody else's program? You won't give in, will you 85-year-old mongrel, aren't you, eh? Hey, I heard you yesterday. You wanted to invite somebody in to have a fight, didn't you? Hey, and you're the nursemaid there.
Oh, no, not a physical fight, Norman.
No, you couldn't do that. But you want to take me on, don't you?
Well, I'd love to take you. Wouldn't last 2 rounds at a revolving door.
There you are with your walking stick and your walking frame, having a swing at me. Oh. And then your nursemaid probably comes in there and stands between us with her gun. Apparently she's got a handgun now, John, has she? Hey, you're talking about a gun yesterday? Hey, so she'll come in there and stand up to me, don't you push around my gold mine, she might let me knock you down and kill you.
Hey, Norman, you're mad.
No. Hey, you must
yes.
jealous.
Yeah, Norman, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings, but you are stark raving mad.
No, what about Clive Palmer and his super yacht? I bet you're jealous, John. Hey,
I'm not jealous of anything or anybody.
You are, yeah. Oh, you're jealous of Tim Cahill yesterday, weren't you? Oh,
I don't like him.
I know you don't, because he probably
why would I?
Money than you.
Why would I be jealous of Tim Cahill? I've got no desire to kick a round ball about the place.
Because he's probably got more money than you.
I don't care about money. I don't care about money.
Your whole life is about money. Your whole life is money in everything, in freebies and all those little quirkies, and it goes with your job. That's the way you hold on, doesn't it, John? You hold on for the money, for the
Norman
restaurants. That's why you hold on. That's why you'll never retire. That's why one day I'm going to listen and you'll die on air, and I'll be so happy. But you won't retire. Come on, management. Put him out to pasture. Let him do the traffic. Please. Ian McRae, he can take your spot and you can do the traffic on his program.
Yeah, that'd be good fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, poor Ian. You must feel sorry for him. All these fallen bloody 2SM, people. He's doing the traffic. I want to see you do the traffic, John. You'd hear they'd say something out west. Out in Penrith or Liverpool or something, and you'll go, where's that?
Listen,
you wouldn't have a clue.
Hey, look, Norman, the reason I'm not talking to you, I'm thinking about Ian McRae. Ian McRae hasn't been on the air for years. He was number 1 in the late 70s, very good broadcaster.
And now on your program, he's doing the traffic.
Well, isn't that nice?
God.
Well, talk about old news, Norman. You've got nothing fresh to tell us.
Oh, John, I'm just telling you that you need me. You need me to come
I need you like I need a third son, Norman.
You do. You love me, John.
Oh, yes, passionately.
I bring reality to this program, don't I?
To lay a hand on you would cause me to throw up, Norman. You're a jerk.
Oh, here we go, laying your hands on me. You're getting all excited again, aren't you, John?
Oh, that'd be right, Norman. Oh, can't wait to give you a cuddle.
You're just a pitiful excuse for a man, John. You really are. You're a leech. You're a leech. You're sucking. You get on somebody and you suck
Norman,
the blood out of them.
Norman,
Don't
can
you?
you
Suck
shut
the
up
blood.
now?
You suck the blood out of everything. You want to get more money. You want to get more recognition. You just won't go away, will you?
No,
You
no.
pitiful excuse
That's
for a
the only thing. That's the only thing
Yeah.
you've said that's right. I will not go away, but you will.
So that's Norman, right? Norman rings up, apparently rings all different programs and and has a go at people or whatever, and he hates John Laws, you know. And there was this other dude that rang up, right? And he's Asian guy called Ming, and I swear to God, this guy, he sounds like you know how on Stern they did this guy that this Asian person that rings in and does funny bits or whatever. I can't remember. Yeah, Valvoline, you know what I mean. So the chat comes through really late. It sounds like that person that rang up on Stern and does that funny Asian bit. So I've got this queued up too. I don't know if it goes too long, but I'll just play a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I think that's a decision I'll be making, but by all means, try it, Ming.
Okay, because yesterday we talked about a very important issue.
Yeah.
I actually call on Prime Minister fix the homeless people's issue immediately, but he haven't.
I don't know if this guy is trolling. Asian Pete. Yeah. I don't know if this guy... that wasn't who I was thinking of, RTV, but yeah, that is funny. I don't know if this guy is trolling or whether he's genuine, but just listen.
The answer yet. So I don't.
Whoa!
So-
Hang on a minute. Whoa! You sent a message to the Prime Minister when?
Yesterday on your show.
Oh yeah, and he still hasn't answered you. Well, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, so I don't take no as an answer. I don't take silence as an answer. Today, I will do a very big decision about this issue. So I especially take 1 day off.
You're going to what?
I take 1 day off.
You're going to take a day off?
I already take 1 day off today.
Oh, today you've taken... All right, and what are you going to do on your day off today?
Okay, the first one is talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we go to the business, can I do some interview about you? I want to ask you some questions.
You Ming, you want to ask me some questions?
Yes. Because you are a very important person. I have to know you very well. Then we can work together to make the country great.
I see you and I can work together. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what question do you want to ask me?
First, your age is about 82 to 83, right?
We don't talk about money.
No. We're not talking about money. Talk about your age.
Yeah, no, as I said, we don't talk about money. Next question.
Okay, next question. And do you consider you are Asian or something? Because you born in New Guinea, right?
I was born in New Guinea, right, yes.
You consider you are Asian or not?
I beg your pardon?
Are you Asian or not?
No, I'm not a tinted person. I'm white as the driven snow.
Okay, all right. So
And my hair's not curly.
Okay,
And I don't wear a lap-lap.
Okay. Next one is you still think you are king of the radio or not?
I don't say that at all. The other people do.
I say that.
You say that.
Well,
Okay, well, I don't say that about myself, believe me, but if you want to say that, that's fine.
Yeah, you are too modest. That's
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we cannot be too modest. Yeah, okay. So you still think you are number one or not?
I beg your pardon?
Do you still believe you are the number one?
Do I believe?
Yeah.
I've never believed that.
My goodness. You should do that.
I've never...
Okay.
Listen, Ming,
Yes.
if you want to know more about me, let me tell you a couple of things.
Okay.
I only care about what I do in the form in which I do it. I don't care too much
Yeah.
about, well, I don't really care at all anymore about ratings, who's doing what, who's got that many listeners. We can always tell about the number of listeners we've got by the number of phone calls we get now. There are people who claim to be number one or number two or whatever they might be, and they don't get any phone calls. The phone stays still between 9 and 10 or 9 and 12 or whatever hours they work. We have a board here that's virtually full from about 5 to 9 in the morning until about 5 past midday every day. So we're not, we're not overly concerned about. I don't care about ratings. I don't care about them. I know, and that's all that matters.
Okay, next question. Do you still have your golden microphone?
Yeah.
Okay, you use it?
The what?
You are using it every day? Or
Yeah. No. I've got two. I've got a very special one that the Sennheiser people made me. It's a most marvellous microphone, but I keep that at home because it's a very sensitive one. In fact, it's too sensitive for studio use. But the one I'm looking at now, right in front of me, is a golden microphone, yes.
That's good. Do you still catch the helicopter to go to work?
No. A helicopter? No.
You did before. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. When I was staying in the country, yes, I certainly did. Listen, where are we going here, Ming? Why are you asking me all these? We're going to write a book or something?
I want to point to you a very important role in the world.
You're very important.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
You will be the voice of Australia.
Well, that's very nice of you to say so. A lot of people wouldn't agree.
And hold. You will be a virtual Governor General of Australia. Virtual.
The virtual Governor General of Australia.
Yeah, I'm the virtual Prime Minister of Australia. I'm not crazy. I don't drink anything, okay?
Yeah.
I drink water only. I'm serious to talk about it. That's why I take one day off.
Ming?
Yes?
You've won, son. I'm worn out. I can't understand what you're saying.
Oh, that's funny. I think that's funny. Asian Pete, that's funny. RDV, that's very funny. All right, so like the one of your logo. Oh yeah, you know who did that logo for me, don't you? RDV. That was the Dr. Ivan did that for me. Anyway, that's my couple of clips there from the Auzzie show during the week. You can get it on iTunes, guys, but they don't update it very much. It really, really pisses me off. So what I do, I go onto the website, the Auzzie, the 2SM website, and they put the shows up there. They tend to put them up there faster than they do on iTunes. I don't know whoever's responsible for putting them or posting them across to iTunes, and I don't even know what that involves because I don't have my shit on iTunes or anything. They're doing a lousy job. I'd sack them. They haven't posted since like 5th of July or something stupid like that. Unless there's something wrong with my Doc Ivan. So what I do is then I download them. You hit the program, and it says launch player. Hit launch player and then download. But then download the clip. Download onto your desktop. Downloads it very quickly into an MP3 and drop it into your iPhone. That's if you want to listen to the shows a day or two after, rather than fucking weeks waiting for iTunes. That's the way to do it. Okay, so I've been pretty busy at work. I've been having a long break from soccer. I'm going back not next Friday, Friday after. I was going to play the Friday that's just gone, but didn't feel too well because I'm currently detoxing myself and I had some tummy issues for the first couple of days. So I couldn't risk going and play soccer. Had to stay close to home base. You know what I forgot to do yesterday? Because I'm fucking stupid. I forgot to... How do people know what I mean? I forgot to vote in the local election up here. Fucking, I've been going past signs every fucking day, getting phone calls, recorded phone calls from these fucking candidates, annoying the living shit out of me. And when it comes right down, this has been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Comes down to the last day. Comes down to the day we're supposed to vote and I forget to vote, so I'm probably going to get in the shit for that one. Probably going to get like a $50 fine or something. So, I had one of my friends, Jeff, who I was waiting for his Count Country rabbit today, and when I didn't see anything going on and no Twitter updates, I decided to do an Aussie Rules because I hadn't done one for a few weeks. So I really try not to clash too much with other people if I can avoid it. Most of the time I do my podcast at night when most of the world is sleeping. So, but today I had a bit of spare time before the V8 Supercar race is on. So there we go. Oh, Toronto and Canada. Just wait for it to click in. Hey, Jeff.
Hey now.
Hey, buddy, how you been?
I'm pretty exhausted. It's my day off, and I had to help my brother move all day.
Oh, what, the brother that you had the barbecue at?
My middle brother, Jim. So
Yeah.
he moved. He bought a newer house, and so that's what I've been doing all day. And I just got home. I got home at like a half hour ago.
Is that the brother that you had the barbecue at? Remember you did that scope? Yeah. Oh, he moved. Did he move very far from where he was?
No, not too far. A little bit closer to his workplace. So you know what? He's family, right? So I can't turn him down. Like I said, I was planning on doing a Count Country, but you know, like I'm just feeling too beat now. I know Agent Mud, he did send me a message earlier and said, "Are you gonna do one?"
Oh.
I said, "Well, I should be home around 10. If you're still up to it," I said, message me. I'll try and do one, but I don't know. I'm just.
You could do a short one if you want. I'm about to finish up here.
I could. We'll see.
I'll come into your room if you do one. I'll come in. I got a little bit of time before the race is on, so I can come in for a little while to help you.
I usually get a bunch of DMs from people that are regulars that come into my show, and I don't know if they're away or maybe they're on holiday. Like my co-host's supposed to be Lady K, and I haven't heard from her, and she usually gets back to me, and so
I saw her in Rabbit. I didn't go in. Well, I opened up Rabbit and I looked at my online list, and I saw Lady K and all that on there. So I'm assuming that she's in someone's room.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel. And if Mike gets back to me and says, "Okay, you know, I'm around. I still want to do one," because I told him I'd be home, you know, after 10 or whatever. So,
listen, what happened? You haven't been well? Did you have the flu or something?
Last week I was really sick. Fuck.
Yeah, did you have the flu?
Last week I went out on a boating little trip, fishing and stuff with a good friend of mine, and so we had two coolers, right? One cooler was for the beer.
Yeah.
And the other cooler was for like the sandwiches and stuff, right? But you know, the one with the beer there's a lot more ice and it's a lot cooler. We should have had some of the sandwiches put in with the beer, because the sandwiches is like salmon sandwiches, and you know what you put on salmon sandwiches? It's mixed with mayonnaise, and you got to make sure that's kept cold, right? Or you're gonna get sick, and so I think that's where. I think I got a little bit of food poisoning after that.
Right.
So I was sick as a dog.
I thought you were just off sick or something, and I thought, wow, he's been sick for a week or two. Must be the flu or something, but
no, it was all weekend.
Yeah, no, it's good, mate. It's good. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim and Ann's just gone live. All right.
I haven't been keeping up with anything. Like I haven't been following the gym. I know Jimmer's been posting a lot of basketball. He seems to be big into the NBA now. I think he's, like he said, I heard you earlier talk about his
yes,
monetizing his stuff, right?
Yes.
He's trying to make money off that, I guess.
Yes, he is. I probably should have touched on it. Sorry, I get a little bit brain scattered. I start talking about something and then I go into something else, and I realize I don't actually finish what I'm talking about. With the monetization, he will get something like, 400 views on his weekly show one night. Yet he'll do an NBA clip, and he'll get 15,000 views on one clip. So I understand. Yeah. I totally understand what he's doing. But he likes doing the podcasting as well. So I think he feels guilty, I think, because he has this whole community of people that expect him to do like a nightly show. And I think a few people got a little bit, nose out of joint. But he started, I'd be happy if he just did it 3 times a week, because when I get home in the afternoon, he's basically just finishing. So I tend to just either I jump in right at the very end, or I just watch the replay if I'm not busy. So I noticed that you haven't been. Yeah, I noticed that you haven't been online in there. You haven't been in there at all. I do check to see whether you're in the community chat, but I
was on his show about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had this girl. I forget her name, but she really had a messed up background, and she's doing prostitute and stuff. And
I think that was
he kept me
Kitty.
on there for quite a while. I was talking to her, right?
Was that Carla Kitty or something like that?
I think so, yeah. But
she's.
But I've been on there since.
He's been trolling her ever since. Every time she calls up, he trolls her. It's so funny. And she yesterday she was abusing him because people are telling her, hey, they're just fucking with you, blah blah blah, So one little topic I just wanted to speak about is that it seems that like after you gave Mr. Fancy Dog Wings his dressing down, which I think he got upset with me because I basically just said you deserved it, which he did. He basically now has just totally, blocked us on every level, which is a shame because the only point that you were trying to make is that he just went overboard. Like you really don't do that to your friends. But there's a busting balls, and then there's just like non-stop, trolling you, which is what he was basically doing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm absolutely 100% positive that if I did a rabbit and he's around, he'll pop in. I don't got him blocked on my rabbit or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not on rabbit. I don't go into any. Well, I do go in once in a while to Joe's room.
Yeah.
I find that
crazy,
that funny.
Yeah.
He's got some funny. I like a couple of girls that he has on there. Right? So I don't necessarily go 100% for Joe.
Yeah.
But like I never go into anybody else's room. I get a lot of notifications all the time, but who knows if maybe he's going in there? I don't know, but I'm sure that if I did one, he would pop in because he's.
I went into his SoundCloud and he's blocked me in SoundCloud, so I can't even I don't even know if he's doing any SoundClouds because he's blocked me on Twitter.
I just don't follow him.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say he'll listen to this, so I just wanted to say that I didn't have any issues with Fancy, other than I just said that he deserved what you said to him. He deserved it, and he should just take it on the chin and say, well, okay, I went a bit far with these guys. He doesn't understand about friendship on any level, So he was sending me messages saying, "Oh, I've got Jeff foaming, whatever," and I said, "Fancy, you're a bad boy, like blah blah blah, right?" But he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand when to stop. Do you understand what I mean? And I didn't attack him. I didn't dress him down or anything like that. I just agreed with what.
There's a lot of people in here that are just lonely and are just looking for attention,
Well, all he had to do. Look, he said we had him at a point where he was going to do an apology, and then he just, it doesn't take too much to trigger him. What you told him, when you told him off, it just triggered him, and he like a switch just flicked, and he said, "Oh, I'm glad I blocked you and Casper, blah blah blah." Like, where were his only bloody supporters? No one listens to his stuff. So anyway, I feel sad. I feel sad for him. I feel sad that it's happened that way. I wish that everything could just be like normal, like just have fun. You don't have to do it. You don't have to necessarily stir each other up constantly. I mean, he was doing daily SoundClouds, fucking busting on us.
Yeah, I seen one of your when you're driving to work, you posted the kangaroo.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Did you see that? Yeah. That was only 5 minutes from bloody my house. Wow. Yeah, it's just like where I'm living. It's like it's. I guess it's not like not like fucking China where it's fucking, apartment block. So there's a little bit of open sort of paddocks and fields around where I live, and obviously the kangaroos have got their little habitat thing going there. And I thought, wow, I keep seeing these roos, but it's got to be just as the sun comes down. They like to have a feed.
That was one thing when I was doing research. You wanted me to ask questions to you about kind of stump about Australia.
Yeah.
When I was Googling stuff about Australia, I noticed that you guys definitely do have a kangaroo population problem.
Yes.
50 million. It said 50 million.
Yes.
I said, wow, that's fucking unbelievable.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Gotta
yes.
start killing more of them.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like you know, we flogged at the kangaroo and the emu, but the fucking kangaroos are taking over. Out in the bush, like if you go like Queensland, you know, north, south, west, towards the middle of Australia, it's very, very unlikely that you will fucking hit a kangaroo once you get out into the countryside and stuff. Because my boss even went out there to install some solar stations. And he hit a few kangaroos in the fucking hire car. You know, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did hear that they need to be culled down a little bit. So, but yeah, I was in a different situation. I was driving from the other side of a couple of blocks from where those kangaroos were. I was driving home late one night. It was like almost midnight, and I'm driving along and I'm fucking doing like 60, 70k, and I see these like blobs in on the road, you know, and next to the road near the gutter, and I get closer, and because my eyes a little bit how you going these days, pretty good on the long vision, but not the short vision. But at night when the street lights are not very bright, sometimes you know you sort of what is that? Like, you know, maybe just a plastic bag or something, but it makes you wonder. Anyway, I get a bit closer, and suddenly I sort of hit the brakes, and it's a whole fucking mob of kangaroos just fucking sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
yeah, I was going to mention sometime down in the future, we got to do an Aussie Rules where we do the music thing again. Like, I picked 4 songs. Maybe we could do like an 80s week or something. I
Yeah,
picked
well-
4 songs from the 80s, and I'll do some investigation on my 4 favorite picks of the 80s, and you do your 4 favorite picks of the 80s.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Something like that. You don't have to do
um,
4. You could cut it down to 3 or 2, or I don't know.
Yeah, long as I play them from my end. I'm not sure how it's going to work. It might have that problem again where you'll only hear it on the program rather than on
Well,
Skype.
that's okay. Maybe you can investigate it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You can set up your Skype to work
Yeah.
better, but
I know.
anyway.
But anyways, I'll let you go. I'll let you finish your show. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
It's good to have you back.
I'll jump in the rabbit after this if you're going to do one. Let me know.
Yeah, I think I might have. I gotta lay down for at least an hour or something. I'm
All
so
right.
fucking beat.
Just
And
send me a
then
message. Just send
You
me a
know
message.
what? I might do a late one. So
All right. Let me know.
okay, we'll see.
All right, buddy. Thanks
All right, take care,
thanks for
bud.
dropping in. Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye. There's Jeff Count from Count Country checking in. Jeff from Ontario, Canada. You know, of all the places I'd like to visit, I think Canada would have to be pretty high up on the list. You know, maybe the Canada and US, maybe. I don't know. It'd be a big trip. Probably going to need probably 30k or something to go. I haven't been there, so... Anyway, just wrapping up. Yeah, I was saying I was detoxing, so yeah, I'm taking these tablets, right? And I took the first ones, and my stomach's just like talking, you know? And yeah, I can feel that I've already dropped. I had some bloating issues and stuff, so I feel I've already fixed that little issue, but I'm not taking them every day because it was too harsh, and I won't miss any work time and stuff, so... working on that, so in conjunction to starting to run a couple of Ks and start playing soccer again, not this week but the week after. So that's me. But anyway, I think I've just about hit my hour mark according to Audacity here. So I think I pretty much covered what I wanted to talk about, but just a little bit of a shout out to Fancy, mate. Listen, there's no issues, just come by and we'll take it back up where we left off. And I think it's a shame to lose any friendships. If you have a really, really good reason to beef with someone, then that's fine. But there is really, really no reason. I think you went a little bit overboard with with Jeff. So I think maybe best to, if you want to stir some people up, maybe choose some other candidates, maybe. But I hope you come round to Jeff's Rabbit and start doing your SoundClouds or unblock me. So I've always supported your SoundClouds, and I mean I'm only ever gonna be a 2-bit small podcaster from Brisbane who just likes to get on the mic and talk shit every now and then. once or twice, once a week, or maybe once a fortnight, maybe. But anyway, if you want to listen to my podcast, please go to www.auzzie-rules.com. You'll see my links there, and I still see Nat. I don't know if my iPad is wrong. She probably jumped in and out or something, but I still see Nat in the scope, and she didn't say anything. She didn't even say hello. Nat, you didn't even say hello to me. Not that far away, you know. It's only a short flight. I'd love to have you on, Nat. Talk to me. And go to my website and click on the Skype, add me, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. And I seem to have lost you on because I haven't seen a scope for a long time. I don't know if whether you shut it down or whether I just lost you or something. I'm not quite sure. I'll when I get some time, I'll go through my contacts and see. So does everyone remember Nat? I'm very, very sure this is the Nat that went to see Jeff the Drunk. So why does it always come back to a Stern connection? Quite amazing. Anyway, it's a nice winter's sunny day here in Brisbane. It's about 23 degrees, and my room's even warming up. The heater's off. I've got to put the front light on, the solar front light on. I've got to do my washing. Got V8 supercars will be on probably an hour or so or something. I'll check on that. I might jump into Jeff Count's Rabbit if he has a little bit of a rest. I've got a feeling that if he lays down though, he'll probably go to sleep. But if that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. And I hope to see you all maybe next weekend, possibly. I might work on this music thing with Jeff Count. Maybe might be something that I could look into and do not just a separate Aussie Rules on that. So, like I said, go to my website, organise with me, follow me on Twitter, or request to follow me on Twitter. Go to my website, click on the Skype, talk to me, organise a time where we can Skype. Doesn't matter who you are. You don't have to be anybody in a community or whatever. You can just be someone who's randomly looking at my podcast and say, hey, I want to go on and just talk to him. I'm from so-and-so. I'm quite happy as long as there's no vicious trolling going on, then I'll be happy to have you on. So until then, take care, everybody, and Casper signing out. Take care. Over and out.
Traveling in a fried-out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men wonder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.